What's up, rampaging tyrannosaurs of the internet? It's Peter here. I'm a speculative fiction writer, the publisher behind Brainjar Press, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to end a story. Now, there's no such thing as a piece of writing advice that is going to be applicable to all stories. Writers are endlessly inventive, and every now and then some people keep coming up with strange and new ways of pulling off an ending that doesn't quite fit with the conventional wisdom. But with that said, there is a piece of writing advice that really transformed my own writing when I first heard it, and is still the piece of writing advice that I go back to anytime I'm looking at a story to publish, anytime that I am working on my own story and can't figure out why it's not working, or anytime I encounter a story in the wild and it doesn't quite sit right for me, and I want to start figuring out exactly why didn't I respond to this the way in which I thought I would, right? And basically it's this: the ending of your story, regardless of anything else, is not any big momentous action. It is not the big epic fight scene. The ending of your story, the thing that is really going to satisfy the reader, is the moment where your protagonist or some other character makes a big moral choice, right? It is this moment where stories are really a mechanism for tracking conflict, inner conflict inside a character. We want to see someone struggling with a big decision. And regardless of what else is going on within your story, that big moral choice is the big selling point. The greatest example of this that I've ever seen is if you go back and watch the original 1977 version of Star Wars, Episode 4, right? If you ask people to describe the climax of the film, they're going to go for a really obvious answer. It's the destruction of the Death Star. It's big, it's explosive. There are X-Wings and Y-Wings flying away in victory. But the thing that we're actually responding to in that film, the thing that makes that ending so satisfying, is not the photon torpedoes going down the exhaust pipes, but this moment where Luke Skywalker chooses to turn off his targeting computer and trust the Force, really trust the Force for the first time. Because the entire way through this film, we've been watching Luke battle with this idea of who he's going to be. On one hand, at the start of the film, he wants to go off to the Imperial Academy and become a pilot like his father. And on the other hand, Ben Kenobi has been hounding him the entire film, going, no, you must become a Jedi Knight. You must give up the space of technology and embrace this mystical energy force that is ultimately going to transform the galaxy, right? So when he makes that choice, when he hits that climactic moment and says, I am going to be the person who embraces the Force, not the person who trusts in technology, not the person who wants to go to the academy, who wants to be a pilot, who could well go down this really terrible path and become the kind of person who cannot save the galaxy. When he chooses to trust the Force, there is this moment where we as viewers feel this moment of elation, and it gives the destruction. It gives the destruction of the Death Star a resonance that isn't going to be there if he hadn't made that choice. If you had just had the destruction without that choice, it would be big and it would be a spectacle, but it wouldn't mean anything. So moral choices at the end of the story are a really big thing. They are the thing that is going to make the story feel satisfying for a reader. They are the thing that is going to make the story resonate and last beyond the reading experience. Now, if you'd like me to talk a bit more about ways in which stories have used this moral choice and not quite landed it, give me a thumbs up down in the links below, and I'll make a second video having a look at some stories that haven't quite got it right. They've come close, but they've just made this choice that quietly throws it off. Thanks for your time.